there's a secret to dog training that only a few elite trainers know about, and it's the missing piece that could take your dog's training to the next level. The Canine Cooperative is an exclusive community of dog owners that know the secret, and they are using it to achieve greatness with their dogs. The cooperative has videos on dog psychology, leash handling, stranger danger, and solutions for common issues. Use promo code PODCAST to save 50% on your first month. For less than $10, you can start training your dog today. Try it out. You have nothing to lose and your sanity to gain. Enjoy the show.
Time again for Talking Dogs with Ian Grant, owner of Vermont Dog Boarding and Behavior, VFW Drive Hyde Park, the show that delves into the training, socializing, behavior, nutrition, and wellness of your dog. And brought to you by Guy's Farm and Yard, with locations in Morrisville, Montpelier, Williston, and St. Albans. And we're back with the trainer Ian Grant, and this week the topic is dogs are always moving forward. Now, by moving forward, what do you mean? You mean
physically?
Physically,
yes.
Emotionally too, or not necessarily? That could be a different show.
Yeah, because you do have flight and fear and all that kind of stuff.
Right, which we've talked about before. So talk about what moving forward means for them.
If you think of even every animal, they're always moving forward. You're never, I shouldn't say you never, you are rarely seeing them back up or back away from something. Usually in those situations, there's something else going on. But if you think about dogs moving forward, they're always moving towards something they desire, something they want, something that they need. And that is why, and this is something I've been noticing a lot lately with my lessons and trainings and all that kind of stuff, is the majority of the time they're moving forward, except one of the big times that they actually physically are backing up is invitation for play.
What do you mean?
Trying to get other dogs to play with them. So they're trying to invite, or you may have heard of the play bow dogs will kind of, stick their butts up in the air and put their chest on the floor kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the downward dog, right, for yoga.
Downward dog, okay.
That is usually an invitation for play. So they are physically backing up, meaning they're taking steps backwards, or they're bending down and they're trying to invite another dog into their space.
Ah, yeah. I see. Yeah, so they're giving up some of their space and saying, hey, come on in, let's do something here.
Yeah, so it made me think about when we teach recall to our dogs, what do? We're standing still, or we're moving towards them because they're not listening to us.
Yes, which happens.
Yeah, and now I flip it to the human version of it, going, okay, I think from now on, if I'm teaching recall to a dog, I'm backing up because it seems like it's more inviting to the dog. So the other part of it is that another aspect of this too is that usually when dogs are begging for something, there's a little backing up happening. If they're begging for food, or maybe I've heard people talk about demand barking, like their dog is trying to get the person to, I'm going to bring the toy over and put it in my owner's lap and then back up a little bit to see if they'll actually, start to play or something along those lines. But if you think about it, everything is moving forward for dogs except for these couple little activities that I've come across here in my experience. But it was kind of interesting when it all kind of came to fruition for me.
Yeah. So is there a time when we have to kind of slow them down when they're moving forward?
Yeah, here is the part that doesn't really, it's not instinctual for dogs, but it is for us having dogs living with us, is to make them wait. We want to keep them still. And a lot of people ask, what's something I can do on a rainy day inside? What's something I can do when it's 20 below inside? Making your dog wait in a spot. So you could just give a sit command or a stay or whatever and walk away from your dog. But making their brain wait, making them stop, making them be patient for things, that is very, very tiring for a dog because it goes against their grain.
Or they want to keep going.
Yeah, they always want to move forward towards what they want. So even for us as the owners, if we're moving away from our dog, if they want to come with us, that's the concept of always moving forward. Making them, wait at a doorway on your way out or on the way in. It's not so much a training and trying to create all this structure, but just making them wait can, let them know or slow the brain down just a little bit to keep them more patient.
Yeah. Now, can you do that as a training exercise? I'd say like you're out for a walk and maybe there's something they're anxious to see, like maybe another dog coming forward.
Yeah.
That instead of having them carrying you, that you just either slow down or just stop.
Absolutely. We do a lot of that type of work in our socials where I'll have certain people sit with their dogs, and then other dogs are walking in front of them. So they do have to, wait patiently for other dogs to walk by. Another great example is for anybody walking their dog in town is making your dog stop and wait at a crosswalk for cars to go by. It may not seem like a big deal, but anytime you're putting them into that sit position and you are waiting as well, you're both doing it at the same time. And so it's just something to be aware of, not something that you have to run right out right now and say, let's go make our dog wait, But it's something to just be aware of and know that this is a big part of their life, and it's a great way to drain some excess energy.
Right. And it's a great safety measure, too. You don't want them to go, if you get to an intersection and all of a sudden they pull the leash and they're out in the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bring them back, reset, start it over again.
Yeah. So it's good to know that in advance of that. That's for sure.
Yep.
Back with our question from the doggy bag in just a moment here on Talking Dogs.
Roaming is a Los Angeles-based premium lifestyle brand that is motivated by nature. Roaming features high-quality, earth-friendly dog products made from renewable and natural materials like their bio-based and 100% compostable biodegradable dog poop bags. These bags really are awesome. I've been using their bags for a few months now, and I love the durability, the way they feel, and the fact that they are good for the earth. They also have a special discount for our listeners. Use code VermontDog to get 20% off your first purchase, including 20% off the first 3 orders if you sign up for one of their poop bag subscriptions. They also have some beautiful leather leashes made right here in the USA. You can check them out at roaming.com. That's ROMNG.com. Are you looking for gear that can keep up with your active and adventurous dog? Look no further than Synology Warehouse. They specialize in equipping the modern canine with distinguished, overbuilt gear that's built to last from home to horizon. From premium collars and leashes to rugged outdoor gear, they have everything you need to keep your dog comfortable and safe no matter where your adventures take you. I've been using their Biothane slip leashes for months now, and I love them. They have a nice feel, a good grip, and they clean very easily. Use coupon code Vermont to receive 10% off your purchase. Head over to Synology Warehouse on Etsy today and give your dog the gear they deserve. Synology Warehouse, overbuilt gear that's built to last from home to horizon.
Back to Talking Dogs with Ian Grant from Vermont Dog Boarding and Behavior, VFW Drive Hyde Park. If you want to catch up on some of these past programs or other podcasts that Ian does during the course of his day, you can go to his website, VermontDogBoardingandBehavior.com, and click on the podcast link, and you can catch up with various shows that, including this one, that are part of his day. Our question this morning, Ian, is my dog plays fetch for about 2 minutes and then stops. Why is that? Are they getting bored?
That's usually the situation. See, you're good at this. I could just walk out right now.
No, don't do that. You're the trainer. I am just the amateur here.
I'm going to call you assistant trainer now.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. I guess that'll increase my salary. All right.
Yeah, this is a situation that I see is where the owners have just become boring to the dog.
Oh.
We get the toy out. We're all excited. Or let's just say it's a tennis ball or something. Throw the tennis ball. Dog grabs it. All sorts of excited. Brings it back to you. You take it back, throw it again, and now there's no energy, no excitement to this, and the dog slowly learns all the fun out of this game has just gone. There's just nothing to it. And I want people, when they think of fetch, I want them to start thinking about what it looks like when 2 dogs play with a toy and do it friendly. Meaning, one of them just doesn't sit still while the other one runs around the yard. And one of them just doesn't take the stick and throws it with their head out of their mouth and just sit still. They move around, they bounce around, they have fun, there's lots of joy. And so I feel like we have to do the human version of that and move around with our dog. So you can throw the ball and kind of move with the dog and move around. You can call them to you. You can run around. And when your dog gets the object, let them parade around with it. It's like a victory lap.
Don't just have them bring it right back.
Yeah, because then you just turn into this, machine of just throwing constantly over and over and over again. I like to see it when a dog gets to parade around. You get to see how proud they are of going to get that. And for me, that's when, like Fitz, for example, that is his most favorite thing to do. When he goes and gets that ball and comes running back and his tail's up and his head's up and he's just so full of happiness. I don't want to just take that ball right out of his mouth and take that away.
Yeah. Then there's Tika, who when she was younger, she used to enjoy it, but now that she's gotten older, it's not such a big deal. Is it more of an age thing then when it gets to that point, or do you have to kind of jazz it up and try to get them more interested?
I would try to jazz it up, and then if you realize, okay, there isn't a lot of energy level here, then
she's not going to do it, then just move on to something else.
Yeah, and then you realize, okay, she's good for about 5 throws on a Saturday morning, then you go do it, and she gets her 5 throws in, and you're good to go. Call it good.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then there's other dogs I've seen where the owners have these big sticks, and they just fling the thing.
Yeah.
The dog is almost passed out. It just keeps on going. So I guess it depends on the dog. So you got to kind of monitor that.
Yes, and you just don't want it to become an obsessive thing either, which it can absolutely.
It can go the other way.
Yes.
If you have a question for Ian, you can email him directly to info@vermontdogboardingandbehavior.com. Next week, attention!
Yeah. We touched on this a few weeks ago. I think we brought it up kind of in passing with one of the other subjects. And I always hear people say, I have a dog that always wants attention, or it gets in between me and my other dog for attention. And I thought we'd dig a little deeper with that one.
On Talking Dogs with Ian Grant, brought to you by Guy's Farm and Yard with locations in Morrisville, Montpelier, Williston, and St. Albans. And for the trainer Ian Grant, I'm Roland LaJoy, and we are Talking Dogs.